And we are live. We are live. We're live. We're live. Guys, don't kill us. We're 10 minutes late. Don't worry.
That was my
But we're
fault.
here.
Sorry.
We're here. We're here, babies. We're here. Welcome to the Superherocuts podcast. Remember, please like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you know when we post on this channel. So happy you guys have joined us today. Today we are going to be obviously touching on some news that has come out, but then we're going to be doing something fun at the end of the episode, which is a superhero versus. Okay, I did a bunch of polls like years ago doing superhero versus about who wins what. So I'm hyped for Comic Cuts to go through these because it's going to show you the percentages on the polls of who won, and you're going to be super pissed off like, why would these people choose this character to beat this character? So it's going to be very fun. This is a very fun
Sounds good.
episode. So let's just get right into the first topic, okay? So just to go right into it, Disney is rumored to be delaying the Marvels due to the writer strike, and as the Marvels might possibly be delayed, they're also thinking about delaying almost all of their movies because the strike is kind of a really bad thing, obviously, and with the writer strike, with the writer slash actor strike happening. A lot of actors will not be promoting their movies. I'm pretty sure we talked about this last week in Blue Beetle. It was also talked about where the lead actor he's not going to promote the Blue Beetle movie because of the strike, and now Warner Brothers is most likely going to push back the Blue Beetle movie, even though everyone's seeing early screenings of it, which makes me think they might not. But yeah, how do you feel about the Marvels being pushed back?
Yo, like this genre can't afford this stuff right now. And I know some people might think it's a blessing in disguise, like we're getting too much content and it's low quality. But the thing about the Marvels that's different from everything else is like it's a project that we have already had confirmation from Marvel that it's connected to something that we've already seen. Obviously, not in full. I'm talking about Secret Invasion. You know, they said that it's a direct sequel to Secret Invasion. I know we disagree on the trailer. I didn't think the trailer looked that great. But having said that, I still think that movie needs to come out. I think Blue Beetle needs to come out. It's really frustrating, the strike. And, I sent you a theory on the strike, which I kind of want to get into tonight as well, but I don't want to go on a tangent right now.
Go into it now.
Yeah, but I think it sucks, and I think it's kind of crazy that like an actor who is so young and has his first is like going on social media saying, "I'm not going to promote this movie." Like, that is so crazy to me. And I know a lot of people get in their feelings and feel some type of way about the strike, and I don't mean to minimize that, but like think about it. If you're an actor and you're playing a DC comic book character and you're getting your own movie and you're in like your early 20s, wouldn't you be doing everything you can to promote that movie and make sure it's a hit, especially considering that DC has been struggling in the box office, and like you need that movie to do well for your career? And James Gunn said you're the first DCU character. I don't know, not how I would have played it.
I 100% agree. So my opinion on the Blue Beetle being pushed back, right? Number one, I would understand, but I don't think that's going to save them from the reality, which is that this movie is very possible to not do good in the box office. I don't think pushing it back is the issue, for that.
Fair,
Which, bro,
fair.
I think you would also agree. Um,
Yeah.
the and there has been good press, and I think the movie looks good. Like me and you both think that Blue Beetle looks awesome. We're both excited to see it, but
Yes.
we all know that the main issue, which is like this was when DC was on their wave, and James Gunn likes the kid, so he's going to keep him. So I think this is what I believe is going to happen, bro. I wouldn't be shocked if this movie goes on Max. And the reason why I say that is because The Flash did terrible in theaters, but I don't know if you know, but The Flash is the number one movie right now on all streaming platforms.
I
Um,
noticed.
yep. And so I wouldn't be shocked if DC does go ahead and maybe put this in theaters, but make it go straight to streaming after like 2 to 3 weeks or a month. And this is where I believe DC has kind of a head of Marvel Studios in. DC has the capabilities to release a lot of these movies on streaming platforms, and they will still be very successful. Um, and I mean, Wonder Woman 1984 did very well streaming. And that came out in the heat of COVID, and and so and if I was DC, I would even release that Batgirl movie that got scraped on HBO Max just to recover some of the income that you lost. But I wouldn't be shocked if they go the route of we'll just put this in theater for like a month, and then we'll just put it straight to like HBO Max exclusive or sell it online because a lot of people are buying the Flash.
You know, it's interesting because it's a different time, but something tells me that they wouldn't do the Disney Plus route like Black Widow, where you have to pay, even though if you're a subscriber, you had to pay an extra charge. I think it was like 25 or $20 or something to watch Black Widow. I don't think that Max would do that because during COVID, they were like, we're going all in. We're just going to put it up same day. But at the same time, it's not during COVID. Not everyone is at home all the time like they were during COVID. So, maybe I'm comparing apples and oranges here.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they would honestly do it. But with the writer strike, I mean, I honestly think the movie's going to come out regardless. I wouldn't be shocked. But
yeah,
because I mean, the strike. And here's the thing, right? The writer strike and the actor strike is beef with the higher ups, not the regular fan. The regular fan doesn't care about the writer strike. You know why? Because Barbie did over 300 million last weekend, and Oppenheimer did over 170 million last weekend. So the regular fans don't care about the strike at all, which is obvious. I don't even think you and I care to the degree that a lot of these other people who are faking it for views do.
I know.
Yeah,
and it's like almost they've almost made it like if you don't care about this strike, like you're an asshole, and it's always like I swear to God, it's always that. It's always if you don't care about this, and if you don't agree 100% with my view, you're an asshole, and it's like this. It's crazy because like that's the same crowd that's always doing the virtue signaling, and I've just had it with them, and like no, I don't care about the strike.
I agree, bro. And it's just like at the end of the day, look, right. I don't have a problem with people saying up for what they think they should be paid for. Like a couple of weeks ago, I really cared about this. I honestly don't care no more. Like my feelings of where this is going. My issue is that like we need to get it. Like me and you talked about this last week. We don't care about the situation. We just want them to come to an agreement so we can get back to having our freaking films. And that's all I care about at the end of the day. I care about the content.
And that's the thing. Like 2023 is crazy. We have been having content coming at us nonstop from shows to movies, and it's just been like packed, week after week. And not only, before the strike, that was 100% we were going to hit a drought, because it's kind of this way because things got so backed up during COVID. Now there's going to be a time period where we're like not going to get anything during that time period.
100%.
And that's going to be crazy. And that has to do with the fact that, like I said just now, COVID, and then, COVID ended. So that action-packed like release calendar of 2023 was already going to be, tapered back. And now you have the strike that's going to be really compounded.
I agree. And it's only going to get nastier from here. That's the thing. So, it's just a matter of when at this point, bro,
Yeah.
So, so yeah, but yeah, man, I mean, as I said, man, like if the Marvels does get delayed, I understand, but I also think that it is very wishful thinking to think that a strike is going to hurt your movie. The only way I would pull back is if Brie Larson and them to say that they're not going to do press. And from all of the news that I've heard, they're like bought into this movie. I don't see a universe where any of those actresses, definitely the one that plays Miss Marvel, she's like Miss Marvel was her first movie job, so I mean, her first job ever.
acting job.
Yes,
Yeah, and
and
it's
she's one
crazy.
that loves the content, so I don't see her like not being a part of this
Yeah, I
her
know.
story.
And it's crazy that like you have people that are saying that like how dare you, when you have this girl who's like so young, it's her first job. What do you mean how dare her? Her career depends on this. Like
Exactly.
you're out of your mind if you think she's in the wrong for this.
Exactly. Because I mean, Oppenheimer, those actors chose to walk out because they're all world renowned class actors. They can do whatever the heck they want.
Yeah. Yeah.
RDJ is worth over $100 million. Fillion's a
Yeah.
legend.
Right.
Like Emily Blunt doesn't need this job. They're all rich, so they
Yeah.
they can do what they want. And as much as people want to crap on them about walking out, they still did the entire press tour during the strike.
Yep.
They are still doing the press tour during the strike. So I don't want to hear any hate about the Oppenheimer cast, or Margot. Margot and them, they all went to their stuff. So
Hmm.
I think the strike to an extent, bro, is a psyop, in my opinion. And I think
I
that
like that.
yeah, it is, bro. It is a big psyop just to get people scared that movies aren't going to be made. But Barbie making 300 million, and as much as people want to hate on Barbie, I love when movies create like cultural movements, and like it kind of made me feel like when we had that epic run from Civil War to freaking Endgame. It was just an epic run of movies where we got Civil War, then Black Panther, then Spider-Man Homecoming. Like we just got banger after banger after banger, and we all were just bought in. Barbie brought like seeing everyone hype about Barbie brought back that like happiness for filming movies again.
Is that why you're kind of wearing pink tonight?
This is actually red. This is One
Okay.
Piece. It's a
Oh, oh, the
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 anime.
show.
Yeah, the anime that's coming on live action. I'm not even a
Yeah.
One Piece fan. I just like the shirt. I'm to be honest with you. I
Okay.
got it at Target. um, yeah, it's just I was like, yo, I need a sweatshirt. Let me just grab this. But yeah, but yeah, man. As I said, man, I'm not really into his writer. I just don't care enough, man. There's just too much stuff coming out, too many things happening for me to care.
Yeah.
All right, now let's get to this next topic because I know you have a lot to say about this. So last week, the Spider-Man PS5 game trailer came out, and I know in our group chat we were erupting over this. There's like a group chat of like
Yo.
15 of us, and every single person in our group chat, they're all hardcore nerds, and all we do is just debate superheroes. I love that group chat. I'm not going
Yeah.
to hold you.
And everyone lost their mind collectively over this
Exactly,
trailer.
exactly. How do you feel about this trailer?
So first of all, like, yeah, the trailer was great, but that 11-minute YouTube video that dropped like a month or two ago was much more satisfying for me. But I think like the "We're Gonna Heal the World" line was a big hint at what this plot is going to be about. If you played the first game, and it was Harry Osborn who said it, and he said it twice because he said it as himself, and then he said it as Venom. It's not a spoiler because they told us in the marketing that Harry Osborn is going to be Venom. So if you're upset, that's a spoiler. You're upset about too many things. And let's call a spade a spade. But here's the thing: that game is going to be insane. It's going to be sick to play as Peter Parker, as Miles Morales, and what's so crazy to me is that Spider-Man movies have a track record of failing because they try to do too much. Spider-Man 3 did it. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 did it. And MCU never really fell into that trap. But what's crazy is that the Spider-Man that came out on PS4 basically, yeah, it was different than every story the movie told comparatively, but you had, multiple villains. You had a Sinister 16. You had Mr. Negative. You had Doc Ock. You had the prison breakout. You had so many, and you had the Miles Morales origin all in one story, and everyone loved it. A lot of people even make the argument that it's the best Spider-Man movie ever, and it's hard to deny that. Now, they're obviously doing the same kind of thing here. We know now from the trailer that Miles Morales is going to face off against Mr. Lee, aka Mr. Negative. We know that Norman Osborn is going to have a big role with Harry, and Harry's going to have a big role as Venom. we know that Peter Parker is going to have his Venom moment, and we also know that Craven is the ultimate villain. So it kind of seems like Insomniac is going to do the unthinkable for the second time on a much better console.
Does Harry becoming Venom happen in the comics all or no?
You know, I think I looked it up, and I think it has happened. I've never read a comic where it's happened. I'm going to look it up again. But, it's not – if it did happen, it wasn't prominent enough to the point that, like, listen, I've read a ton of Spider-Man comics, and the fact that I'm looking this up right now, I think is, goes to show that it wasn't prominent
because
enough.
I was thinking about that when I saw the trailer. I was like, dang, like has this happened before?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will say like it was a big plot twist for me seeing Harry become Venom. I thought we was gonna get like Eddie Brock. I think it's a very dope situation. So yeah, man, I'm just very as I said, I'm kind of hyped to see where this goes because I think that it's dope that we're gonna what.
Hold on. Harry Osborn first debuted as Venom in animation and is teased to appear in Spider-Man 2 as well. It's definitely odd, but Harry Osborn has never been Venom in the comics at all. Interesting.
Just something that Insomniac's done on their own. But I think having Harry as Venom in this Spider-Man game works because I mean, from what it looks like, it seems like they've been avoiding the Green Goblin this whole entire series.
Because Norman is going to be the Green Goblin.
Exactly.
And you can't have the Hobgoblin and the Green Goblin when you're playing against them in a video game because then it's repetitive. It's different than a movie when you're fighting them as a villain.
Exactly. So I'm actually happy that Harry's going to become Venom. It's very interesting like story plot for them to do. And I also love the idea that you're able to use Miles and Peter. I love Miles Morales.
Me too.
And so I'm happy that you're able to use both. That makes the game super dope. All I ask is this: we need that Spider-Man No Way Home costume in there, dude. With the gold. Oh my god, bro, we need that. I need to
Which
see that.
Which one are you talking about? The black and gold or the big gold spider?
I need the Spider-Man No Way Home where Tom Holland's Peter had the gold Spider-Man emblem. Ooh, that will look sick on the game.
They actually added it to Spider-Man Remastered.
You're lying.
I swear to God, I know you just finished the game, which I know.
You're lying.
I was playing it the other day, and I was rocking that suit.
Spider-Man No Way Home Remastered. Dude, I legit just beat it, but I didn't beat the remastered version. Now I gotta redo it. I hate you, dog. Oh my God, they have it. Does it automatically come?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. As long as it's the remastered on PS5.
Bro, and it has the black. I'm about to cuss right now. Dude, I swear to God. I'm about to turn my PS4 right now and buy it.
Yo, I don't think you have to buy it. I'm pretty sure it comes automatically as long as you're
No, I wait. How much does the remaster cost?
I don't know what it costs now, but I'm pretty sure when it came out, as long as you bought the first one, you got it for like an extra $10.
Oh, bet. Bro.
It's pretty dope playing it on the PS5. Like that shit looks good.
Bro, I want to buy it right now. All right, anyway, sorry guys, you got me. I'm so distracted, bro. Now I gotta play this game again.
I played it a couple times and I'm going through it again. That game is so good.
I just beat it. Now I gotta play it again and earn everything. Frick, I hate you, Jerry. I hate you, comic cuts. All right, but yeah, I mean, all in all, I think the trailer was super dope. I loved it personally. I mean, everything's perfect. The way that the Venom suit just comes to Peter, is just awesome. Like the way that. It's literally like you're watching the comic book come to life. Literally, it's gonna be amazing. Now, I am excited to see while we're on the topic of video games at Comic-Con. Apparently, there was a trailer for the Captain America game. That's what I'm really hyped for.
Captain America Black Panther game.
Wait, is Captain America and Black Panther in the same game? I thought it was two separate games.
No, it's the same game.
What?
It's not T'Challa though. I think it's T'Challa's grandpa.
Very interesting.
Yeah. And I think it takes place in like the OG Captain America days, which makes sense because that would be the time of.
I'm
You know,
so pissed that I just spent all these hours beating the original Spider-Man. Now I
that
gotta play
sucks.
the remaster version just to get these costumes, bro. And I would do it because I love costumes so much. Ah,
Yeah.
frick. So which suit do you use when you play Spider-Man?
Great question. I switch between the upgraded suit, which is the black and red one from Far From Home, because that's like I I think that might be my favorite like Spider-Man suit of all time. And I love black. I mean, you probably noticed I always wear black. So
Yeah.
that's number one. But I also always loved Ben Riley, and I think like his suit with like the canisters on the wrist is really cool.
Mhm.
So I play with that one too.
Yeah, the suit I use, my favorite suit is probably the Spider-Man Homecoming suit is probably my favorite Spider-Man suit of all time.
I like that one a lot too. And by the
Yeah.
way, I think like the detailing where it's like, kind of looks like the Iron Man.
The black shoulder things are
Yeah,
fire, bro. I love that.
fire, bro. It's so minimal, but it's so cool. And the minimal like tech looking spider where it's just like the lines that's kind of like go in and out.
Yeah,
That shit is so hard.
100%. Now, while we're here, I did a poll. Which Spider-Man eyes look better? I
Oh
had
yeah, yeah, I saw that.
I had the smaller eyes on the left and the big eyes on the right.
I know.
Now, before I get into this, okay, this is going to piss some of you off. I think that the TASM 2 suit is very overrated, number one. I think that a lot of people think this suit is good. He looks like an idiot to me. He looks like an ant or like a mosquito. He looks
Here's the thing
legit
though
stupid, and I'm not
about
a fan of the
that.
suit. I think the TASM 1 suit is 10 times better than the TASM 2 suit.
So I know a lot of people think that. I think the TASM one suit is very like reptilian, which makes sense because he was against the lizard. But in TASM two, like, dude, that scene in Times Square where he's like web swinging around Electro and that like blue electricity or that electricity reflects on his suit. It's it's hard to say that Spider-Man ever looked better than in that scene.
I The Amazing Spider-Man 2 has some of the best Spider-Man cinematography of all time. It's sad that the plot was that bad that people like forgot about it. Now, all of a sudden, people will want to love TASM 2, but we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah, yeah.
But here's what the polls say so far: 53% of the people think that the smaller eyes look better, and 47% of people think that the bigger eyes look
It's
better.
pretty close.
It's pretty much at a tie. But and I cooked Matt yesterday because he said that I don't like the Spider-Man costume because I don't like the big eyes because that's an original. So what did I do, fans? I pulled the original comic book, and in the original Spider-Man, the first ever Spider-Man comic book to ever come out, he has small eyes. So I like the original comic books. I like the original Spider-Man.
But this
I'm
is the
paying
original.
respect. Yes, perfect small
Right.
eyes.
And by the way, that's like the MCU eyes.
I 100% agree. That's why I think Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man of them all. Okay, so next on the list, don't make that face. You want to? Who do you think is the best Spider-Man? Before we go to
I
the
think
top of
it's
the
really
list?
tough. I think like the thing about the Spider-Man is that all of them are great, and I think that all of them like have their own problems based on their movies. I think listen, I think Toby's is a little too soft. I think that Andrew is kind of like too cool, and you know,
Bro,
I
Toby
think Tom
smacked the
Holland.
piss out of Mary Jane. How do you think he's too soft?
Well, that was kind of like symbiote Toby, but
That was the greatest character I've ever seen in my life.
and Tom Holland, he just does scenes that make him not look as good when he's Spider-Man.
This is my theory, or this is my way of seeing it, because I 100% did disagree. Right?
No, I think Tom Holland's actually a great Spider-Man. I actually really like Spider-Man.
All right. So I think Tobey Maguire had the best Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man, and I think that Tom Holland is the perfect balance of both.
I agree with that. I actually think like in the suit, Andrew Garfield kills it. Like kills it.
And
He's so good with the one-liners. Like,
and I think the same way about Batman. I think Bale is the best Bruce Wayne we've ever seen. I don't know who the best Batman is. I don't know who played Batman well. I think Keaton was probably the best Batman. No, Pattinson's the best Batman.
I knew you were going to say that, but I disagree.
But I would say Pattinson's a good balance of both, though. But I think Pattinson balances both. But we have to see more of a Pattinson because he was legit
He
like a
didn't
dark,
really get to
depressed
do
soul.
Bruce Wayne. Like,
that's why, dude, I can't wait for this back, bro. Let me tell you, bro. Batman 2 might be one of the greatest comic book films of all time. Do you know why? If Robert Pattinson comes back like Tenet, like remember he had the hair slicked over with the double breast. Yeah. If he comes with that swag, bro,
that'd be fire.
Man, oh man, I'm excited, bro. When Batman 2 comes out, the whole world's going to be just like literally. Yeah. I love that movie. I'm gonna watch.
By the way, that's why, like, of the DCU, I think. And I know people are going to disagree because Superman, but the truth is the Batman casting is the most important because of the Reeves verse. If the Batman casting is weak, it's just going to get swept under the rug because everyone has the Batman franchise to go to.
100%. Okay. So now this came out today that DC announced that there will be an Aquaman comic that will connect to the movie. This is basically going to be a bridge between Aquaman 1 and Aquaman 2. So basically all of the events that happened after Aquaman 1 will basically be shown in this comic book. So it's kind of going to give us some connective tissue to kind of show us, what's been going on. Now, in my opinion, this movie should have come out way earlier than when we got in a sequel, because this movie did $1 billion. Why the hell are you releasing it almost like 6 years after? Makes no sense to me. But I am going to buy the comic. I'm going to pre-order it probably after this and find it. How do you feel about this connector comic coming out?
Listen, I love comic tie-ins. I always say throw them my way. I just care so little about this movie. Like, I actually might not even see it in theaters. So I do not care. Aquaman, like, come on. I've never been an Aquaman fan. I've never cared about the character. I think he could be so much cooler. I've always loved Namor. I think Namor is such a better Atlantean character. Like, they should be making more tie-in comics. So in that regard, hats off to them. Just sucks that I just don't care about this movie.
Bro, really don't like Aquaman. Yo, that's crazy. Yeah. Oh, dude, you're hilarious. Okay, so yeah, I mean, as I said, I'm gonna read it. I have low hopes for Aquaman 2. There was some good news that James Gunn did a lot of James Gunn wrote in a lot of reshoots for it, and apparently, the reshoots are going really good. So I hope that there's some progress there. But no, dude, I don't care about the comic. I'll read it, but
they're recasting Aquaman. It's like
pretty much it. Yeah. So okay, now we're gonna get into this is our last topic of news, and then we'll get into the superhero verses. Okay, so the Scarlet Witch is apparently not going to be in the Deadpool 3. This was confirmed by one of our favorite YouTubers, Denna Nerds. He said she is not going to be in Deadpool 3 like she's been rumored to, but she will be mentioned in this. I think that this is all in all a good thing, in my opinion, because I believe that Wanda is a key to a bigger thing. And in my opinion, if I was Kevin Feige, I am trying to make a separate Wanda project. And I believe that they're saving her because I think she's going to be the reason why the mutants come into the MCU. I think you could have done this in WandaVision, in my personal opinion, bro. But obviously they are not. Well, obviously they did not do it in that show. So I do believe that they are prepping her to have some kind of big role in the mutants coming in. Yes, Deadpool 3 would have been a good film to do it, but I think she's going to play a bigger role with the Young Avengers type vibe. And I think that with the whole Kang Dynasty, with Kang the Conqueror, with Kang riding the Darkhold that Wanda, is kind of swearing by, I think that's going to play a bigger role, which is probably why she's going to be sidelined. Now, does this suck? Yes. I would have loved to see the Scarlet Witch with Magneto, with her father going up against Jean Grey, cooking Wolverine, and all of these other characters. But do I see the bigger picture of why you would kind of hold her off? Yes, because you're trying to save her for the Avengers, for the big movie. Because I think she's going to be Kang's big gun in Avengers. Because right now, there's no one in the universe that can stop her other than America Chavez. Oh God, that was so bad. All right, anyways, how do you feel about that?
First of all, I saw I randomly came across a comic series called America on the Unlimited app, and when I clicked on it and saw it was America Chavez,
You
I was
bought
so
it? I'm
disappointed.
kidding.
No, I
You
was like,
read it?
oh god, it's like of course I wouldn't put it together that it's America Chavez. Um, America Chavez doesn't belong in the MCU. She doesn't belong in comic books, and yeah, I think it's a good move to not have Scarlet Witch. Like you centered Doctor Strange around her. It didn't work. Also, partly to blame was obviously America Chavez, but save her. And I also think like Deadpool 3, they don't stop adding to the equation here. Like I was saying, a lot of movies fail because they try to do too much and they bite off more than they can chew. And adding Wanda to the mix here, just it would be too much. As much as it makes sense, given the circumstances, like it's just too much.
Yeah.
And I question if one of the secret projects that they keep talking about isn't centered around Scarlet Witch, because I think there's a Scarlet Witch project coming. Like she got her show, she got laundered into, Doctor
Doctor
Strange,
Strange and
Multiverse of
Agatha.
Madness.
The show's coming off of her story. Yeah.
Oh, and Agatha. So, which shouldn't be coming out either. But I think there's a Scarlet Witch movie coming in the pipeline, and I think it's one of the secret projects. I'm calling it now.
I agree. And let's be real, this project should be already in talks already because she's one of the most popular characters right now. I mean,
Yeah,
dude, like Wanda's one of the best characters in the MCU that you got,
yeah, yeah,
So, if I'm Marvel, I'm rushing these projects out, bro. I'm sorry, man. I'm taking Wanda and making something because, I think there's a lot there with the Darkhold and with all that stuff. And Doctor Strange did a terrible job of touching on that. It just so man, there's just so much that you can do with Wanda. I am excited to see her project though, because as I said, man, there's so many routes you can go. You can use the kids and grow them up, which I think we're going to see in Agatha. And there's just so many routes that you could go with her. I hope that she brings in the freaking mutants though. That
yeah.
will be killer.
But
So
that I think they need to wait until
yeah,
after
the Deadpool, it should happen. It should happen.
Yeah,
There's already so many characters in Deadpool. It's just not. It's too
and I
much.
don't think here's the other thing. Like a lot of people want to see the mutants in Secret Wars. I think that would ruin Secret Wars. I don't think like you have the multiverse saga ending movie and introduce the mutants an entire like this is a final story. This is an ending. You don't introduce the next phase in the ending. It just doesn't make sense. Like that would be doing way too much, and it would kind of diminish like the ending of. I mean, imagine if they introduced like new characters in Endgame. Like it would have been stupid. It would have ruined the effect of exiting Iron Man and Captain America. Like you just don't do that, and there's going to be major deaths in Secret Wars. And I also think it's obvious that they are introducing the Fantastic Four like right before that happens. So I think it would be crazy to introduce the Fantastic Four and then like within the same 1 to 2 year period introducing mutants.
I think that you could have introduced new characters into a game and it would have worked perfectly. I did a video on this years ago that I would have introduced the Fantastic Four in Avengers Endgame. I would have had them. I would have had Reed Richards in the end credits of Avengers Infinity War, and then my whole theory. I really made this when this first came out. My theory was like before Endgame came out was that Reed Richards was going to help Tony Stark build the Gauntlet. That Reed didn't have any powers at all, but he basically found the. So my theory was that Reed basically found the like equation or something to basically help build up the new gauntlet, and then he brought it to Tony, and then him and Tony basically tried to build like a time machine, and then they built the gauntlet. That was my whole entire theory. I think that could have went perfectly, and you could have made them go to space in the movie, and they received the powers in the end credits. Like basically
I can
Reed,
see that.
just goes to help Stark. Like that's it. Like that's
Right,
all.
right,
And
right.
then
It's not like a big thing.
exactly, and then you just plant the seed for them to go up in space, and then all the stuff happens where like they get
Right.
their powers, and then the end credits end, and then we could have started Phase Four with like why would you not start Phase Four with the Fantastic Four?
But here's another thing.
So dumb,
I
dude.
so I don't think we're going to get an origin story of most of the mutants. And what I mean by that is, obviously there's no origin story to them getting their mutation for most of them, but we've seen an origin story for Wolverine. We've seen an origin story for Magneto. We've seen an origin story for kind of Mystique. We've seen one for Professor X. I think that Feige knows that most fans are well versed in the X-Men. Like growing up, I had the X-Men animated show in the 90s. I grew up with all of the X-Men movies. I remember going to the theaters when the first one came out, and the Fox X-Men saga went on for a very long time. So even if you're younger than me, like you are, Stevie, I know you've seen all the X-Men movies and you grew up with your own X-Men movies too.
Yeah.
So I think Feige knows that generations have grown up with it. We've seen that story play out, similar to like he knows that most people know the Fantastic Four origin story. Like we don't need another Fantastic Four origin story. We don't need an X-Men origin story. And I think that they're trying to learn from past mistakes, and I think that's why they're not doing a Fantastic Four origin story. I think that's why it's not going to be Doctor Doom based. And I just think that when X-Men come in, like they're gonna be like, yeah, they've always been here, but they haven't been in the MCU yet.
I don't know how they're going to do it. I have no inkling. I've tried to think it out.
It's also so far away, so it's difficult to
Yeah,
predict.
it's hard to
But
think
I
it out.
don't.
It's hard to think about it without it being cringe. And the only way is for Secret Wars to be a reset for the universe. And I also disagree with what you said, where you said like that they shouldn't introduce the mutants or new characters into Secret Wars. I think they should. Like, I don't see anything wrong with bringing back the original X-Men to fight. Um, I think that's dope. I wouldn't bring back the new like castings, but bring back the original X-Men to fight in Secret Wars. I have nothing against that. I mean, and I think with the Avengers returning, like the originals and stuff like that, I think that's a really dope concept. And I mean, like, because essentially, bro, if Iron Man and Captain just come back, it's just Endgame all over again with just a few new characters. So there
Yeah.
has to be a plug to come back where we'll get Toby and Andrew, where we'll get a live action Miles Morales, where we'll get Madam Web and all these other people from the Sony universe, and then we can get Hugh Jackman back and all these other people. Like I think there's a space for that. The thing is that you just have to do it the right way. I think that's the
Yeah.
key.
By the way, anyone online who you see saying like who's going to be in Secret Wars at this point is full of it. It's way too soon for any leaks to be getting out about this. Like I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, like Tobey Maguire confirmed for Secret Wars." You're out of your mind to believe something like that. Um, not saying it's like 100% not happening either, but there's no way Kevin Feige has made that decision and told enough people that it's on like some random, Twitter wannabe influencer.
I agree. There's just like yeah. So like as I say, right? Because like here, like on our channel, we address the rumors, but you never see us confirm like, oh, like so and so is casted. No,
Yep.
no, not at all. Okay, so now we're gonna hit the fun stage where we do superhero versus comic cuts. Are you ready, bro?
Bum, bum, bum.
Okay, we're gonna start with the first batch. Superman versus Thor. Who do you have? All right, tell me who you have and why.
First of all, the fact that most people voted for Thor is insane. Superman, obviously.
Why?
Dude, like Thor's power, mostly comes from his hammer. Like Superman is a Krypton alien. He is the most powerful superhero of all time. And like, yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Thor isn't very powerful, but I don't know, Superman's taken on way bigger villains than I've ever seen Thor do. And Superman always does it solo. Thor usually does it with the help of the Avengers.
Yeah, so I mean, the only way I see people saying that is because Superman is vulnerable to magic. Um, that's about it. But I mean, Superman holds back in all of his fighting. There's rarely a time where Superman actually lets himself beat the true power because he knows that he's more powerful than everyone. And in my opinion, I think Darkseid washes Thor. So, and Superman not holding back his power cooks Darkseid. So I'm gonna have to go with Superman on this one. I don't agree with this poll, but whatever. All right, you ready for the next one?
Let's do it.
All right, who is the better Spider-Man, Tom Holland or Tobey Maguire?
I'm gonna have to go Tobey Maguire. I'm not saying it. Well, I guess who's the better Spider-Man, like as the character, or who's stronger?
Let's say as the character.
It's really tough because like I grew up with Tobey. Yeah, I'm gonna go Tobey.
Why?
Because Toby reminds me more of my favorite Spider-Man comic run. I feel like, which is J. Michael Straczynski, which was kind of came out around the same time as the Tobey Maguire movies, and I just feel like I feel like Toby is the most comic accurate Spider-Man that we have.
Yo, what up, Dragon Trainer? Who is my favorite Spider-Man? My favorite Spider-Man is obviously Tom Holland. This dude is tripping. Number one, I think that Tom Holland. I think Tom Holland is a better Spider-Man. Number one because I feel like Tom Holland just shows more emotion through the mask. And number two, I just think that like we've just seen more with Tom Holland Spider-Man. Like Tobey Maguire was such a Peter Parker focused movie where I think like with Spider-Man, we've kind of seen a balanced way of things being done. And also like I just think his fighting is better, just all that stuff.
But that also
I say Tom Holland's
that's
the best
not a fair
Spider-Man.
comparison because these movies are coming out at a time where the technology is so much better, and the Tobey Maguire ones had to rely on more Peter Parker than Spider-Man because CGI wasn't what it was.
Yeah, but I also think that some of the X-Men movies are better than some of the movies that we've got now. Like so like that is like I still feel like X2 is better than freaking all of the new X-Men films that came out. And like those movies have better tech. I even think that X2 is better than X-Men First Class, which I think is one of the greatest X-Men films of all time.
That's crazy. I think X-Men First Class is the best X-Men movie, period.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree on that one, bro. All right, next one. All right. So
Yeah.
obviously, guys, me and comic cons do disagree sometimes. All right. Loki, who is the better villain, Loki or Killmonger?
It's a tough one. I'm gonna have to go. It's a really tough one because they actually have similar arcs. We've just got to see it play out more with Loki. But I do think that if Killmonger actually lived, he would have, played out more similar to Loki. I'm gonna have to go with Loki.
Yeah, I'm gonna have see. As I say, I had a hard time too, but I think Loki there's just more to him than Killmonger. Yes, we got one movie, but the way that I was thinking about it is I was thinking Loki's best film and Killmonger's the best film, and like as much as I love Killmonger, Killmonger never made me feel sympathy for him.
Yeah,
Like, and like a part of me did at first with his dad, but then the way he responded, I'm like, yo, this dude's a douchebag. Where
yeah. That's
whereas in
exactly what I was
Loki,
thinking.
exactly, whereas in Loki, you can understand his pain.
Yeah,
So and his pain is what drives him to be this like maniacal trickster, which
yeah,
I think is a cooler avenue to go with the villain.
yeah.
So I'm gonna go Loki. All right. Who wins this fight, Batman or Captain America?
Batman.
Cooks automatically. Just to tell us why. Why do you think Batman cooks out Captain America? And I agree, 100%.
First, that Batman beat Superman, killed Superman. Period.
Okay, who wins this fight, Wolverine or Black Panther?
It's a tough one. I'm gonna have to go Black Panther though.
Why? Doesn't adamantium cut through vibranium though?
Yeah, but he's only got it in the claws. He's got the whole suit. I also think like in terms of like actual fighting skill, I think Black Panther hasn't beat.
Yeah, but Black Panther is basically just Black Batman. Like I'm being real. Like
Right. It's close. It's that I actually think out of all of them, that would be the best fight.
Oh, bro, that would be crazy. But here's the thing, but Black Panther's an acrobat. Like he has
That's what I'm saying.
superhuman abilities, and he can fight like three different, hundreds of different types of fighting styles. Like
Wolverine's not trained like that.
Exactly. And I'm gonna say this in full honesty: the movies have done a disservice to how good of a fighter Black Panther actually is.
That's true. That's true.
Like he's a better fighter. He's a better brawler than Captain America.
You know what? Maybe in Wakanda Forever, we would have seen the best T'Challa fighting ever. But
I'm not going to lie. And I think I've said this before, and I think you also agree. If Chadwick Boseman was alive and did Wakanda Forever, that would have been the greatest comic book film of all time. Mark my words on that.
It would have been up there. I don't know about the best, but it definitely
I'm talking about as in solo movies with Namor and with the actor that plays Namor and freaking Chadwick Boseman T'Challa. Just imagine the interactions between them two. That would have been some heavy acting.
And you know what's sad? Now people don't even remember Namor. No one talks about Namor anymore.
Exactly. But I promise you that if him and T'Challa Black Panther suit can absorb and hits hard, that is true. That is true. But the only thing is that Black Panther's going to get beat up pretty hard because them claws cut right through. So he would have to be very agile and be able to dodge his hits and all that stuff. But yeah, dude, if Chadwick Boseman lived to do that movie, man, I tell you, bro, that would have been one of the greatest films of all time. Like, and I'm saying movies in cinema history.
I know.
Man. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Who wins this fight? Hawkeye versus Arrow.
Arrow. 100%. Like, no question.
I agree. Oliver Queen has better hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
Who has more accuracy? Arrow or Hawkeye?
Arrow. I think Arrow beats them all around. Like
Arrow's combat to shooting is just unmatched.
Yeah. I mean, like, Hawkeye's relying on trick arrows, and Arrow is just a savage.
Legit. Okay. Yeah. You're right. Arrow is a savage. Okay. Who wins this fight, Robin or Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
I go Robin.
What? Nah, bro.
I'm going Robin.
Dude, Spider-Man has taken out Avenger-level threats solo, like, multiple times. Robin is always against street-level guys.
Hold on, Comic Cuts. Somebody disagreed. Let me go back. Somebody disagreed. He said, so I'll let you handle this. Oh, definitely Hawkeye will win because of his arrows. What do you have to say to that?
Dude, Arrow would shoot those trick arrows out of the sky. He'd split them in two.
Yeah, man. Arrow's cut from a different cloth, bro.
Yeah.
And the Arrow showed us that how much of a savage he actually is. Like he's a killer. He's a legit murderer. But yeah, I think Robin beats Spider-Man. I think Robin outsmarts
and
Spider-Man.
Also, Arrow survives in prison as if he's Frank Castle.
I agree. I think Robin outsmarts Spider-Man in this battle. And Robin has fought, very, very powerful characters in the comics and has beaten them with ease. I don't see a way that Spider-Man beats this man, because Spider-Man will not beat him in hand-to-hand combat, and Robin will use his strength against him. Plus, Robin's an acrobat just like Spidey.
No, but Spidey's a better acrobat. Spidey also has taken down Doc Ock many times, and Doc Ock has taken
Robin
down
cooks
Iron
Doc Ock,
Man.
bro.
I don't know about that, actually. Doc Ock is like a crazy superpowered villain, and he's so underrated.
But you got to think about it, though, bro. To think about this, though, Robin is studying under the greatest hero of all time, which is Batman. And what happened? And what do you think?
He's got Spidey sense.
But do you not think Robin's going to prepare for this battle before all this stuff ever happens? Superman has super hearing. Doesn't stop him from getting his butt beat.
Right. But I don't know. I think
Robin gets one up on him.
Spider-Man is a street level villain who has taken out numerous
hero
villains. Hero.
Whoa, stuff one. Robin's flexible in Spider-Man. Tough one. Robin's flexible in Spider-Man 2, but I think Spider-Man will win because he has webs and the suit has an AI. Robin has AI too, bro. He has an Oracle, which is better than AI.
I don't know.
I think Robin cooks, though. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't think Robin would take on Spider-Man. Like, no shot, bro.
I think so, dude. But all right, we're just gonna have to agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Okay, who's winning this fight? The DC universe versus the Marvel universe.
It's crazy that 79% went Marvel because DC would kill him
with ease.
Yeah,
Superman alone,
Batman, Wonder Woman, dude. Green Arrow, as much as he would take on most of Marvel, like he's on like the B squad.
Superman, Aquaman, and Wonder Woman alone cooked the Marvel universe. Because like people, and that's another thing, bro. People don't understand how powerful Aquaman is OP. Bro, did you know that Aquaman even has super speed? Like he can run fast.
I did.
Yeah, but I didn't know that either. So yeah, dude, I got Aquaman. I mean, I got DC cooking. The Flash cooks everybody. I mean, it's just. You're right, bro. Yeah. Green Lantern is OP as well.
Yeah.
Okay, Superman versus Goku.
Superman. The fact dude, it's crazy. It just goes to show how DC is going to steal the show, because obviously people are so like not aware of DC heroes and the extent of their powers that 62% think Goku would beat Superman. That's like saying Charizard would beat Superman.
I don't want them to fight. I'd rather them work together. Yeah, Superman and Goku working together will be an unstoppable force in every universe. I mean, Superman is the most powerful character in just character history. I mean, no one beats Superman. He can go to any level. Like Goku will just keep going up Super Saiyans, and Superman's just going to be just chilling. Like, come on. Come on.
He can't Super Saiyan enough to be on Superman's level.
I agree. And if we're talking about like Superman 1 million, dude, come on. It's basically God.
Yeah.
Okay. Like the most powerful version of Superman and the most powerful version of Goku, they're very far apart. The most powerful version of Superman is basically a god.
Yeah. It's basically every god.
Yep. Okay. Wonder Woman versus Captain Marvel. This is actually a really good one.
That is a good one. And I would actually go Captain Marvel.
Why?
Because Captain Marvel is a knockoff of Superman. And dude, like, I just think like the way Captain Marvel took out Thanos' ship in Endgame she could do that to Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman would have no defense for that.
I think Wonder Woman takes out Thanos. I think Wonder Woman finishes the job.
I don't know about that, man. Listen, I think Wonder Woman would crush most of Marvel, but Captain Marvel is like the top OP of Marvel.
I can agree. Captain Marvel is a heavy hitter. She's very powerful.
Yeah.
She does cook. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Like Captain Marvel just
Listen,
has
as
too
much as I
power.
like I like Wonder Woman more than Captain Marvel, especially Gal Gadot. But like we got to call a spade here.
Yeah, dude. Captain Marvel just has too much power. Like, and it's unlimited. Like, it's unstoppable. She's unstoppable. The only person I think could. Oh, I'll save that for later. Okay, Thor versus Shazam.
Shazam.
What?
Nah, I'm fucking.
Whoa.
Yeah, Thor.
I want to say, are you smoking right now?
Yeah.
Thor cook Shazam. Definitely if it's Zachary Levi.
I knew that was coming. I knew it.
He was gonna throw shots. I can't stand that, dude. Oh,
I know,
dude.
I know.
I freaking bought Shazam 2, and I watched it. I was like, bro, this is literally terrible.
I
My
will never
wife
watch that
loved
movie
it though, dude. My wife loved it.
Really?
Yeah, she loves Shazam too.
That's so funny.
She always loves weird movies. All right, Black Panther. This is another good one. This is a really good one. I think this is a stalemate, but I said Black Panther versus Captain America. I don't think anyone wins. I think it's a stalemate.
Yeah, that's a really tough one.
It just depends on who's having a good day on that day, honestly.
Yeah. That game is gonna be insane.
So you would say this is a stalemate?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anakin versus Darth Vader.
I would go Darth Vader.
I'm going Anakin, bro.
I know why you're going Anakin, and it crossed my mind too. But Darth Vader Darth Vader is a more experienced version of Anakin. And yes, he's not as agile or versatile because he has that suit, but he did change his stance and lightsaber fighting style because of the suit. And it also, he grew to hate the suit more and more because he had to change his fighting style. But because he grew to hate that suit more and more, he became more evil and hateful. And that made him stronger as a Sith Lord. And that is why, even though you would think Anakin would beat Darth Vader, if you did a little more research, I'm telling you, it's Darth Vader.
That's a very fair point, but I will say this, right? With Anakin being the reckless douche that he is, which you and I both can agree on, which is he was legit cooking Obi-Wan, and then you literally just lose your own battle. I will say this:
lack of experience.
Yes, but I do think Anakin is so powerful and his moves are so swift that Vader just wouldn't be able to keep up. The reason that the thing about Obi-Wan that a lot of people forget is that Obi-Wan kept up with his speed. At the end of the day, Vader wouldn't be able to keep up with how fast Anakin's moving, bro. It's too much for him, and Vader might catch him a couple times, but Anakin's just so fast and moving around and agile and so powerful that I don't think Vader would be able to handle that type of intensity. Because you saw what happened. You saw what happened when Luke Skywalker applied that pressure in Return of the Jedi. Vader couldn't handle it, bro.
I think Vader let his guard down on Luke, though. I think that's a little different. And I think if Vader were to go up against his younger Anakin self, I think Vader also has not just more experience, but he's also much stronger with the Force than Anakin was. And you're forgetting that. And I think Vader would absolutely smoke his younger self. Dude, Vader is like the strongest fucking one ever in his in his weird way, but Darth Vader is Anakin in his prime. And I know it's weird to say that, but it's true.
But here's the thing, though, bro. So my only comeback to that would be that Anakin, in this point in his life, is reaching different feats of power. That, do you think he couldn't tap into a higher power than what Darth Vader is because he has his full body and full control? Not full control, but he literally Would you rather have a lightsaber or I should have a second? But like Anakin literally has full like potential right there.
Well,
Versus where
I want
Vader has a cap. Like he has a certain level that he can only hit. And when you're thinking, just think about those hits and what Anakin and the speed that he can go. You really think Vader can be able to keep up with that?
100%. And to your question, Dragon Trainer, me personally, I would much rather have the Force because I would be nothing with a lightsaber, and neither would you.
I agree. Same here. Yeah.
So like the lightsaber means nothing to us as like civilians. You know who we need to get on here? There's this kid that I follow, and he is why I think Darth Vader would win this. And his name is he goes by Retne's Holocron, and nobody knows Star Wars like this kid.
Love to have him on. That'll be fun. That'll be a fun
Yeah,
episode.
yeah. But he was the one who said like how Darth Vader got so angry because he had to be in that suit, and it made him much stronger.
Well, we are agreed to disagree. I think Anakin cooks. Okay.
Yeah.
Last one. Who wins this battle? Scarlet Witch or Captain Marvel?
That's a really close one.
I got Scarlet Witch.
I know you do because you're biased.
What? This isn't biased thinking. This is the facts, bro.
No, you love Scarlet Witch.
Bro, this is the facts. I'm spitting facts, bro.
Does Wanda have laser vision? Does Wanda have laser vision?
She can have whatever she wants, bro.
She's probably good.
Bro. There's only two people that I think cook Captain Marvel, and that's Jean Grey and Scarlet Witch. Phoenix Force Jean Grey cooks both of them though, but yeah. Let's be real. Phoenix Force, but I think Wanda cooks Captain Marvel only because as much as they both have basically unlimited power, bro, Wanda literally created like her own world, bro. Like,
yeah,
she created her own world and it wasn't draining her power, bro. Think about this. She was able to keep a whole entire like town into her own imagination. She was able to go outside of that town and still keep the town intact while that's all drawing off her power. Like that is OP. Like, bro, that is OP.
Yeah.
Like think about that. This town is just draining her out, and she's not even drained. She's just chilling. Like that's scary, bro. She's so freaking powerful, bro. Like it's actually insane. That's why Multiverse Madness did her so dirty, bro. Like so dirty. There's like she cooks everybody with ease. Like she's not even like. There's no way Doctor Strange.
I don't know how anyone.
We are going to do an episode about that soon, bro. We are definitely going to do. Yo, you know what, bro? We need to do a Doctor Strange watch party so we can really break down how bad that movie is. I know I cape for it.
Oh, you finally admit it's bad.
Yeah, it's just the more that we talk about it, the more I'm starting to hate it. I'm like, bro, like,
dude, it sucked.
Wanda's so dirty.
It was supposed to be so good. It was supposed to be the introduction to the multiverse, and it was so bad. And I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I actually blame a lot of the MCU's problems today on that movie failing. Because when that movie failed, a lot of people stopped giving a shit about the multiverse.
I agree. Well, it's also because they didn't go with Scott Derrickson's vision, which I think they should have stuck with. They should have stuck with Scott Derrickson instead of Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi was not the guy to direct this freaking movie.
Yeah, I agree.
So, okay, yeah, so that is so who you have? You have Scarlet Witch or Captain Marvel?
I have Scarlet Witch.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, we're going to end here. Obviously, Secret Invasion comes out tomorrow or tonight. So we're obviously going to be recording about that finale. So have a wonderful day. Stay crispy and peace out.